Hey guys, I want to get on and sort of give you a little daily dose and also think about something today. Today is the last day of January, and I have two very special people that I want to remember today. Both is their birth date today, and they're both in heaven. The first one is my grandmother. My grandmother was my dad's mom. She died at 97 years old. And oh, how blessed I was to have her all the years that I did have her. I miss her. She and my grandfather um, are both passed, and she was just a delight. My grandfather died at almost 92, and we thinking them been married so many years that she would not. I mean, we thought that she would not live as long, very much longer, because they were so close. But she did. She lived about 5 years after my granddaddy died. It's a blessing that I'd had them all my life up until she passed in 1990. I'm trying to think of the date. Bear with me. 1998. She was born. Can't talk. 1901. Um, I remember things about her beautiful blue eyes. She had piercing blue eyes that you could almost let water. They were just beautiful. She always loved me. She always loved all her grandchildren, and she never treated one grandchild any better than she did the other. We all were treated the same. But I don't know. I just felt very, very close to her, and I called her and talked to her every week. I never, ever missed a week. After she had to go into an assisted living, I couldn't talk to her because she didn't have a phone. And at the time in the assisted living where she was, they didn't have phones in the room. So I would call the nurse's station and asked about her every week or every day, because she lived in a different state than I lived in. But when I went into town, I would definitely visit her and tell her how much I loved her, and she never ever forgot me. That was a blessing. The second person I want to talk about is my father in law. My father in law treated me like a daughter. He was the guy that I had to win over a little bit at first because, I was a part of his son's life, but he just wanted to make sure, I'm sure, that I was the one for my husband. You know what? It didn't take long to win him over. At any event or anything, he would say, "Where's Kaye?" If I was in a room and he didn't see me, "Where's Kaye?" When unfortunately, he got very ill. He had emphysema and he couldn't breathe well at all. And the last few days of his life was sort of ironic. We went for the weekend because it was Father's Day weekend. So my husband and I went, and he was in um, it was not an assisted living, well, per se, it was. He had been in the hospital, and it's sort of a recovery, like rehabilitation, or just trying to get him stronger to go home. And he started failing. Unfortunately, he died on Father's Day. And the only two people that was with him on that day, everyone else had left. That people had spent the night. Ron's sister had spent the night. Well, the other sister took my mother-in-law home. She had dementia, so they took her on back to the home, her home. And so when the one sister left to go to her back home for the day and rest, while my husband and I stayed with him that day because he was failing, and they said things were shutting down, and we just couldn't believe it. And I mean, we were talking and having the best time on Friday, and Saturday he started failing, and then that night we just didn't know. And then when we got there, when everybody left, I we were shocked that he he was he passed away, and Ron and my husband and I were the only ones with him on Father's Day. And to this day, I'll never forget, just before he passed, he held my hand and he squeezed it 3 times. I knew what that meant. He said, "I love you." This has been 7 years ago. It'll be 8 years this Father's Day. But he said, "I love you." So I'm wishing him a happy birthday in heaven. And I'm wishing a happy birthday to my grandmother in heaven. Didn't mean to get so sentimental, but I wanted to share 2 special people in my life that were born. One was born in 1901, and one was born in 1924. Wow, I sure did love them both, and they loved me. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day and a happy one. I hope it's full of sunshine and beautiful memories. Don't forget to give a smile. If you do, you might get one back. And remember to be kind. Be kinder than they are. I love you. Until tomorrow.